Let's start with this. Like I've said, we've been following your social so closely over the last few weeks. Where are you guys at today? How are you feeling right now in this moment?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for supporting us and having us on. And we just really appreciate that and all the listeners and everybody streaming. So thank you guys so much for everything. We are at a rental in Santa Barbara currently. So we're just kind of out of LA right now. We don't have an update on our home or rebuilding or anything like that, but just trying to get the kids in normalcy and having Spencer just hype up the album to number one. So we're just one day at a time.
And Spencer, in the tea, I love it. You came prepared.
Oh, it's the only clothes I have and the only clothes I'm wearing. So nothing's changed. I just ordered some more on prattdaddy.com so I can have a new fresh batch.
So you guys, I mean, you gave your audience a front row view to what was happening in your lives, and you really captured their hearts and your attention and their attention. So take me back to the first video that you posted and what sort of happened after that, because for a lot of people, I feel like you almost became the source of what was really going on the ground.
We are just so used to social media and Snapchatting, and that's really become, part of our lives and part of our careers at this point. So we just both thought we were doing a normal day. And so I had Gunnar home sick. He had 104 fever. And I just did a quick TikTok like, hey, we might be evacuating, just an update of what was going on. And then I wasn't able to do any social media for a while because I was taking care of my child that was so sick and then running around trying to pack up. And it wasn't until I got to Spencer's mom's house to evacuate that I was able to do another video about that. And then I had to realize I had to evacuate there. But Spencer was definitely hands on and, up at the fires and able to kind of have a better idea of what was going on.
Well, initially so it had been Christmas break. So we had 3 weeks off with our 7-year-old and his babysitter went back to her state she's from. So we had no help. And this was
Mm.
the first day she was back. So she took our 2-year-old on a hike and she runs down and she's like, yeah, the construction workers at the top said there's a fire and I shouldn't go on a hike. So I'm like, because there's always little things that pop up. We've lived there. I've lived there my whole life. So I
Mm.
was like, can't be that bad. So put on some hiking shoes and I was like, okay, I'll go check it out. And I run up there and I did like one Snapchat just like showing how it was far away, like, oh, not looking too good, but no idea that this was going to be the end of the Palisades as we know it.
Before we talk about Heidi's music too, I want to ask one more question about this. And Spencer, you can address this on your TikTok, is what do you think is the biggest misconception about people who live in this neighborhood? Or I think there's oftentimes people who comment on celebrities, social pages being like, you can rebuild no problem, or there's all these assumptions about people, especially in this time in this world. What do you say to that? What is the biggest misconception that you're seeing, especially being on the inside of people in your comments?
Yeah, like for instance, my dad is a dentist. He bought this house in the 80s in the Palisades, I think for like 300 or 400,000 dollars. He's been paying off the mortgage to like recently and it's like it's paid off. He had no insurance because it's in the middle of a town. And I said, "Why didn't you have any insurance, Dad?" And he said, "Because the house is 125 years old. If it were to burn down, it would mean the whole town would have to burn down." And that's all my friends and family that grew up there. Yeah, now there's all the A-list, maybe there's 20 of them, let's say 20 A-list movie stars that are names are connected to the Palisades, but they've moved here in the last 10 years. That new Palisades Village that's so beautiful that has all the designer stores that Rick Russo put in, that's brand new. It's 5 years old. So most of the people that lived in the Palisades do not have the funds to all of our neighbors that are calling me crying that have been there 30, 40 years. They lost everything in their house. They can't replace the stuff. Their family heirlooms, their pianos, anything they had in the safety deposit box in the bank that burned down. That's like, and I understand because we watch the news and you see Ben Affleck next to the FBI and you see, all these mega stars that do have one house there among others. So they're not wrong. But even their house is burning down. They still have children with their kids' art from school and their, you know, they're still humans. So you, even as rich as you are, you can't rebuy most of these memories and things that they put in their houses that are their homes. So there's this like, obviously there's people that lose things that aren't rich celebrities, and that's horrible too. But it's still like, I'm not over here like,
Yeah. And also at this point, we know we're better off than a lot of people that were blessed to have a rental that we can go to. And at this point, we can't afford to rebuild our house. So hopefully with the streaming and with, opportunities to come, we will be able to. But at this point, we can't.
well, it's not the streaming. Please purchase
Oh, purchase.
Superficial on iTunes.
Yes.
It will not be the streaming at point zero zero
Yes.
zero 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 0.00001 cent a stream, unless a couple more billion people start streaming. Like that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I know everyone has been so eager to support you guys and through this process. Well, one of the good things, Heidi, we got reintroduced to Superficial, your album that has been, it's amazing. It's taking over. What has it been like for you to see the fans' response to this and to rally around you like this?
It's been unbelievable to have that support and appreciation for the album. I mean, I know people are doing it to support as well, but with it, I have a lot of people saying, I love this album. And we worked so hard on it together, Spencer behind the scenes with me. And to be able to have done that is great. I've been working in the past year for new music too. So, we have that's going to come out soon that we have been working on, but I just really appreciate that, and that everyone's been streaming it, downloading it, supporting it, buying it. It's been my biggest dream come true in a weird circumstance and a hard.
Right. I want to go back in time for a minute to the creation of that album. Where were you guys in life? What makes you the most nostalgic thinking about it? Paint the scene for me of that creation.
It just was so glamorous and fun, and there was so much hope and excitement. And I mean, I think I was 20 when we started doing it, and just hustling it. And every time we get done filming, we would go there, and for us that was our main focus, and that was what we were doing. Our co-stars were like going out and having fun, and we were in the studio and grinding and working hard. So we definitely put a lot of time, energy, money into it. Yeah.
And now we see that it's taking off. So many people are sharing and reposting. Who's the most surprising person or someone you got the most excited about that is loving the song that's sharing it?
Emily Rada was amazing. Alex Earl was amazing. Howie Mandel, Julia Fox,
I would say
Bethany.
one of my favorites, and I'm gonna mess up her name because I only know her as the Lioness because I love Lioness on Paramount Plus. But Lasla or Lasla, I don't know her name. It's not the. But when it popped up my TikTok, I'm like the Lioness is sharing it. It's because I've been for the house burned down. I was binge watching the Lioness.
Are you picking him up or am I?
You are.
Okay, you'll be with the baby.
You'll be back before the baby wakes up.
Maybe. Okay, I'll let Spencer. I'll go for pickup. But thank you so much. Thank you for streaming. Thank you everyone for streaming and
Purchasing,
giving
babe.
us
Purchasing.
Yes. Okay. So that is the key. Okay. So people who want to support you, that is the key, is to purchase.
Sales
I'll
is,
see you soon.
it's the sales you
Thank
need
you,
to get on
Heidi. We appreciate you.
for her to get number one on the Billboard chart. That's the sales are the most powerful. But if you can't buy, obviously stream or even watch it on YouTube, listen on the radio. I've learned all this in 3 days to get because we're going after number one on Billboard.
Okay, because I just saw you post. It's Heidi and Bad Bunny now, right at the top.
Well, this is going to be breaking news. It'll already be late since it was going up. But so Bad Bunny dropped. So when Heidi was number one and he's coming after us, he dropped his album from $14 to $4.99. I got news from Bad Bunny. Heidi's Superficial. We're dropping it to $4. So you want to play these little money games, pal? So we'll be right back at the charts now if we're just giving
Let's
without.
go. Okay, we'll be awaiting Bad Bunny's response to this, the back and forth.
I love Heidi's name, even competing against one of the top global artists in the world.
No, it's amazing. And then, so like Heidi was saying, there's new music on the horizon, so that things are happening.
A little tease, Superficial 2 with 12 new songs coming out Thursday night. So
Superficial 2. That's huge. What can you tell us?
I mean, if people already liked Go Harder and Prototype, which are like new, those are at the music is so good. People are gonna be like, oh my God. It's Superficial in 2025 with all the young, hottest, most talented creators right now that we got lucky enough to work with. All 12 records were mixed by Jason Joshua, who has 17 Grammys for mixing. So they just sound like gloss.
I know so we have this project. I know a ton of fans are also asking if you guys would ever consider doing some type of reality show or you do something to document your lives. Is that on the horizon for you? What would that kind of show look like?
I mean, we are taking every phone call of all, you know, yes, 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 yes. But right now I can only focus on what's real, which is people behind Heidi's music. If a television network wants to step up and, do that, of course we do that. But right now it's just one thing I know is happening is everyone's supporting Heidi's music. But obviously, we'd love to document rebuilding our house, the Palisades, small businesses, definitely would love to do that, but we'll see.
One thing I learned, which I didn't realize this, again, from your TikToks, is that people have been wanting to rewatch The Hills to support you guys, but that's actually not the best way to do that, correct? There's no residuals
Yeah, no, if
that
anything, you're
happen
just
with a
like
reality show.
seeing a negative version of us that we were paid to like create like it's all fake. So, I mean, if you wanted us to watch like a fake show, go for it. If you just want to watch a show, don't watch The Hills. It does not help our lives in a little bit. It actually probably creates more negativity.
I was going to ask you about the negativity because anytime you share anything online, there always comes with people who have opinions. For those people who have been more negative on your page or to you or have not liked the way that you've documented or showed this part of your life, what do you say to them?
Thank you for the engagement. It's like they could be on a different person's page. So it's just part of being on the internet.
But on the opposite end of that, I'm sure it has been amazing to see, like we were talking about, so many people rally around you guys, Heidi's music. I mean, even in person, what is it like for you? What is the most common thing that fans will come up and say to you and Heidi now if they see you?
Oh, I mean, it's the most positivity I've ever had in my whole life. And everywhere I go, people are just like, keep up the positivity, keep posting, like, keep doing what you're doing. It's like, so I'm like, I keep saying to Heidi, am I dead? Like it feels like I died in the fire and I'm in this like strange purgatory where I'm the most famous and loved I've ever been. And people want us to like be successful. But then it's like, I call my mom and she's hysterically crying and can't leave a room because her life is over as she knows it. And all my friends' lives are over as they know it. Our town's over. So it's like, it's also hell, so that I'm like have the best thing ever happening in the worst moment of my existence.
I want to go back to Heidi's album Superficial 2 that you were talking about. In a world where you can click on a million apps, stream anything, watch anything, why should people listen to Superficial 2? What is it going to bring to their lives?
I mean, it's just obviously we're not stupid. We know the only chance for people to like Heidi's music is work with the best people in the music business, like with the coolest creativity. So it's not like, oh, Spencer Pratt wrote it and Heidi and we made it in the garage. Like these are the most talented people that we've sought after with the limited amount of funds that we put together and paying them in installments and like talking them into like believing in us. So it's more of a reflection of the talented people right now in Los Angeles in this world, making like using Heidi as a platform to showcase their talent. So I would say if you want to just hear the most creative, dopest people making music right now, from writers to producers to mixers, that's why you listen to it. That's why we did it, because we're like, these people are so good.
Well, listen, Spencer, we are thinking of you guys. We are so excited for Superficial 2, for all the new music, and we really, really appreciate your time and everything that you're doing for LA and for your community. And yeah, we're really excited for this new body of work and this new music.
Get ready. And thanks for everyone's tagging me in the like top 10, like Heidi's in this top 10 on your guys' iHeartRadio. I mean, obviously it looks really cool. I don't know what that means, but thank you.
Of course. Well, we iHeartRadio, we heart you guys. So thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out a few more over here, and don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. We'll see you next time.